Okay, guys and girls, let's take a little ride. It hadn't been a while since we've been riding around on the ranch. You know, with Chris, I can't leave Chris alone very long, and so I don't get very far away from the house. But Miranda's here helping me today, so I've got Chris is taking a nap. We just had lunch, and she's taking a nap. I'm going to do a little run around. I actually brought a couple rod and reels. We'll go take a look at the other lake. We have only had a little bit of rain out of all these rains that's been happening here in Oklahoma, but so far we haven't had any tornadoes here at our ranch, which is good. We have had several in Oklahoma, not any really terrible ones, but certainly some that did some damage. But we are still promised rain in May. We haven't had near what we had last year, which last year was a pretty good month. We had 7 inches, but they're still saying we got some good rains coming. We'll slow down here as I go by these pins and see if I see anybody out there that's got a little baby or two by them. I always watch when they're laying down and see if we got a newborn or two. We should be having those any day now, we hope. And so far zero. Got to be some coming pretty quick, though. Just got to be. Anyway, I'll tell you what let's do. Let's run over to the other lake. I'll tell you, let's go to garden first. Let's go to garden. Take a look at the garden. We actually have some stuff growing up out of the ground now, which is good because for a while we had nada. We're looking at another really nice food plot right there as we drive along. This is a really good sized food plot, but you can see how tall the grass is. We will actually hay this a little bit later on, but it's just a beautiful deer plot for the deer. It's several acres, so it's a good one. And got a water hole right here up on the edge of it. And of course, another pond or two real close by, and creek running down on the edge of it. So for running water, we got plenty of water for the deer. If the creek's not running, we got plenty of water in those little ponds that we've got. And go through this little deal right here, and you get up to another pretty little spot. And this is actually some baby pecan trees. You can see that they're pretty nice size, and we mow this as well. We mow a lot. I mean, we actually mow a lot. We're trying to buy a new lawnmower right now. I'm wanting a Ferris, but hadn't quite got the deal made yet. Trying to. Looking at Exmark also, but that Ferris is really expensive, because they're all really expensive right now, it seems like. And we just want to make sure we get one that'll mow a lot of hours. My John Deere's got over 800 hours on it right now. But those are baby pecan trees. They're producing pecans, but the trees aren't big enough to put a shaker on, so those are basically just pick up the pecans or pick them off the tree. But those are nice, big, improved pecans. So really a good spot. As we pull up to the garden, you'll notice we have another really nice, big, beautiful food plot right here that is really thick. The grass is up high on it. And we pull up here, we mowed around the edge of the garden. You'll notice that our garden does have a high fence. Now the garden, the last 2-3 summers, has really produced a lot of food for the deer that we have in the pen. We carry food out of the garden up to them every single day. And but if we did not have the high fence, we would have food for a lot of the wild deer, and we wouldn't have food for our deer, or ourselves, either one for that matter. So we got a high fence around there to keep the wild deer out of the garden, so we can feed whatever we want to the deer, and not let them have a big old buffet in there that they can eat whenever they want. Okay, I know y'all look at this and you say, you call that a garden, big boy? And we do have a long way to go. There's no doubt about that. But you can see we do have stuff coming up out of the ground now. And for a while we did not have that. Looks like we've got a few bugs eating on them there, but we do have stuff coming up out of the ground everywhere, which is good, because we did not have that just a few days ago. We've had a little bit of rain, not near as much rain as we really need, but we've got good mounds built up. And these are going to be some great places. We've got quite a bit of quite a bit of stuff coming up everywhere now, which is good. And we've got Apache's well house for his house is right over there. So we got water hooked up over there and running out here through the hose to our sprinkler system. So we're able to do quite a bit. And you can see that we are a long way from getting there, a long way before we have have things we can eat out of this garden. But at least we're getting there. At least we're getting there. And come over here, our tomato plants, again, are very, very small. And even though they're very, very small, if you'll notice, we have tomatoes. We have tomatoes there. We don't have much of a tomato plant, but we have tomatoes. So we just don't have a good start on this situation yet. But we have a lot of summer left. So I'm thinking that things are gonna change around, and we're gonna have stuff start coming up pretty quickly. We look over here, we find that we have nothing over here. Everything's pretty much over there. This was kind of our bomb out area here. So we moved over to that other little area, and we got some stuff going. This is one of the reasons I haven't been up here to show y'all what we have. It's because what we have, gang, it's pretty pitiful. But there is some tomatoes on those little tiny, bitty, pitiful looking tomato plants. But you're gonna get bigger, buddy. You just hang in there. That's about as good a looking row as we have right there. You can see that when you get back and look at them, you know, it's getting at the right angle. It's a little bit, there's a lot of stuff coming up there, and this stuff grows in a hurry. So we get a little more rain in here, keep the moisture on them. We don't get the rain, we'll water them. We're gonna have a lot going here, but I know that a lot of you look at your gardens and you look at mine, you think, oh, that poor boy. And you're right, you're right. I gotta admit, it's been a tough start for this year in the garden project, but it's got to get better, doesn't it? Doesn't it? All right, as we get over to Big Canyon Lake, you can see that Big Canyon is low still, but not nearly as low as it was in the wintertime. That's another big food plot there here on the edge of it. We've actually got about over 100 acres of food plots planted here on the Eagle for the deer, and that's a lot of food plots, no doubt about it. But you can see that's a really nice one right there. It's up big and thick. The lake is still down pretty low. Still too low to actually use the concrete ramp. But I'll tell you what, let's do it. I got a couple rodding reels with me. Let's go out there and make a cast or two with a red man spinnerbait. I got a red man spinnerbait. I got a Lucky Strike Cajun wake bait, which we are absolutely totally out of at the warehouse over at Lucky Strike. They said not a single one. I think there's some available still in stores, and I'm trying to get my hands on a few. A friend of mine in Tulsa bought a bunch of them, and I'm trying to get my hands on a few so we'll have some we can let y'all buy through jimmyhouston.com. Again, you can see our boat ramp, and you see that at the end of that boat ramp, you see that? That's grass. It's not water. It's water at the other side of the grass. That's still dirt right there. Let's run over here on this point. It's really windy, but it looks like that this wind might blow in a little thunder shower or two. Really, basically, about every day this whole month, we have possibilities of rains, 40, 50, 60%, but it mostly don't ever rain. It mostly don't ever rain. Let's see what I can do here. I can find a spot or two where I can throw my bait out there. How about maybe right there? How's that look to y'all? I think I'm gonna make me a cast or two out here with that Lucky Strike Cajun wake bait. That's what it looks like right there. It's kind of a bullhead looking thing, kind of a mean looking bait. Kind of looks a little bit to me like some of those old rabble rouser baits. And it's a floating bait. You can throw it out there on top of the water. Now we got so much grass that I don't know, we got to keep everything really up on top or it's going to get grass on it, and that got grass immediately on it. Immediately I got grass on my bait. So that didn't, I had about maybe, well, my hook was filed up anyway. I had maybe maybe a foot there that a fish could have got a hold of that bait before it got trash on it. And it's pretty much looks like it's that way just about everywhere. See what I can do there. I threw it right in the grass, so I got 0 out of that. That's not good. Okay, I got the grass off. I've made 2 throws. And I've yet to have the bait where it could crawl across the top of the water. There it is there. Finally, I got a little bit going across the top of the water. Not much. That's what it looks like right there. It's got a little bit of grass on it. I'm gonna try another throw out there. Throwing right into the teeth of that wind. And that's what happens. That's what happens. That was very nice. I have very little area I can fish over here off the bank. That's a good one right there, sports fans. Yeah. Yeah, that's a dandy right there. Come up here, baby. Come up here, baby. I don't want to get you all muddy. Oh, golly, look at that. Look at that. We're not actually, looky there, that's a big old fish right there. Big old, you know, and I didn't have much room to fish. I need to get over here and put a kayak in or something and go fishing. If I just have the time to do it. Well, he is hooked. He's got that bait in his mouth big time. I can get him unhooked. He's got all 3 of those trebles in him, and he's got them all in great places. Even though I've got barbless hooks on there, I can't get any leverage to get any of those hooks out. I put me a pair of needle nose somewhere, or little pliers, not needle nose. I don't know exactly how I'm going to get that bait out of that fish. Don't you be flopping around there. He said, I'm trying to sit still, Jimmy, and let you operate on me, because I'm not liking this any better than you are. God, it'd be nice to hook a big one like that in a tournament that good. He's got all 3 of that back hooks, got all 3 of the trebles in him. I've got 2 of them out now, but I'm gonna have to, I can't get them to come out where they are. They're not hooked on the inside. I'm probably gonna tear that hook up. Probably gonna tear that hook up. I want to get you back in the water, guy. I'm doing my best I can to make that happen. I can't, golly, I don't know if I've ever seen one. I might have to take my knife out and cut that hook out, because it's really, really bad. I've got, golly, guy, I'm sorry. Oh, finally. Oh my goodness, look at that big old fish. Get back in the water, guy. Oh. He's having a hard time holding his breath that long, wasn't he? Mercy, that was a bad deal right there. I hate that when that happens. I hate it. But I love it when they come up here and get that bait. They can't pass up that wake bait this time of the year. It's kind of a specialty bait. A lot of people don't even own one or throw one, but it will really, really catch them. Like I said, I don't really have much water really to bring it through right here. There's so much grass out there, but find me a little alleyway where I can bring it, let it come in on top of the water. The bass can, and see I got grass on it there. Made just a little bit. Let me see if I can find me another place to throw it. Okay, I've got another little place that I can run that wake bait a little bit. Now, if a fish gets on there, I don't know if I can get him up through all this stuff up close to the bank. There's so much stuff up right on the bank that'd be hard to wrestle one up through there. But I guess if he gets that bait in his mouth, I guess I can make that happen. I actually got to work that pretty good right then. Didn't get a bite, but I got to work it. Be careful throwing into that wind, you get a big old backlash. Always use the wind in your favor if you can, but here I can't. That might be just a little too shallow up there, I don't know. Bait looks awful good there though. Way out there. Let it sit there. The ripples die down pretty quick because of all the wind. Come on, hit that bait. Hit that bait. Hit that bait. Hurry, 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 hurry. All right, don't hit it then. I don't care. Well, I got 3 or 4 good casts in. See if we can find another spot. Okay, here's a little spot. I got plenty of, it's not very deep out there, but I can get out there, maybe it's 3 or 4 deep out there at the end of the cast. I get in kind of close, it's really, really shallow. So probably not gonna get any, it bites up really close, and I got some grass on it then, so I really didn't get a good cast on that wake. Got grass on it. That's the problem right now. You really need to be in a boat. Get in the summertime, these lakes that's got a lot of grass on them, they get really hard to fish from the shoreline. This grass will all cut back quite a bit here in a little while, but right now it's about as bad as it'll get. He just come up here and got that off the top of the water. Just sucked it in. Did not, pretty nice fish. Did not splash up on it or anything. Just kind of sucked it in. He's not great big, but he's okay. I got a little alleyway here that I can land them. Oh, about 2.5 pounds swimming off. There he goes. He thinks he got away. Oh, by golly, he did, Jimmy. What are you talking about? Well, he did, but I was getting ready to turn him loose anyway. I would have liked to at least got a hold of him. At least he wasn't hooked as bad as that other one was. I hate to hook him like that. Love to hook him like that in a tournament, though. The wind's kind of coming sideways here, so I can make a little bit better cast. Get your line up out of the water on that wake bait where you got that bait wiggling right across the top of the water, leaving a wake out there. That's what you're trying to do, just leave a wake. And you can see it gets in the grass. Golly. Once it hits that grass, you're, as they say, dead in the water. Dead in the water. Another advantage of barbless hooks, by the way, is that you can get the grass off of them a lot easier. Because you don't have that barb to grab a hold of your grass. All right, I'm gonna make a long throw out that way. I mean, a long throw. Golly, and it landed right in a pile of grass. Golly. It looked like it's okay out there, but it's not. It looks like that's a little open spot out there that you can throw in, but you can see what happened. That was on there just instantly. As soon as it hit the water, I turned my reel handle and I'm in grass. And so you got to spend all that time taking it off. Just difficult to fish in the bank right now with as much vegetation as there is along the shoreline. But I caught a nice fish here. That was a good thing about that. Go back out there again. I think that little area right there, I had a place where I could bring it in. Yeah, it's going good on there. Leaving a wake on top of the water until it got right to there, and it got grass again. Grass again, grass again. Golly. More trouble than it's worth, isn't it? Absolutely more trouble than it's worth. But you get a good throw out there. You get a good throw out there, you got a good shot at catching a fish. The problem is, Jimmy, you're not making any good throws. Way over there and see what might happen. I think I got some grass on it right off the bat. It's got a glare on the water. I can't tell if it's waking good back there or not, or just coming across the water with grass on it. It's got grass on it now. I don't know, that might have been a good cast. All right, I'm gonna go look at one more little spot. This has got a lot of this bad grass in there too. It takes a long time to get off of your bait. Without the barbs on there, it helps. You are a sweet little wake bait. Got to find another spot. Okay, I got a little bit out there. If I can just get it in the right spot without getting grass over it, might be able to catch one. It's already got grass on it. I felt it. Blade's not turning because it's got grass on it. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Look at that. Ugly, 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 oogly, ugly, ugly, oogly, ugly. It got my blade A bass will occasionally hit that bait with grass on it, not very often. I hate it. Sometimes they won't hit it if it's just got just one little bitty tiny piece. I got that one, but didn't have very far to run. I threw it out there, one little open spot, hit in that open spot, and he got it. This is not tough fishing, it's tough. It's the good catching, the fishing part of it's hard. Getting your bait out there, the right spot. This is gonna come in with 10 pounds of salad on it, I think. He's growing, the fish is getting bigger all the time. He's not a very big fish. Far and away the smallest of the ones I've caught. But he had a lot of grass on him, but look how pretty and healthy he is. Beautiful fish. Red man, spinnerbait, strikes again. That's a good, if I can get him out of it, that's a really pretty fish right there. Very, very healthy. Good shape. Well, they get turned around and headed back out there to the deep in a hurry. Golly. Fishing in ponds in the summertime is difficult because of the grass, and they just about all of them get this way, and they just all get difficult to fish. Let's walk over here just a little bit. And of course you get down closer to the bank and it's muddy, which makes it even harder because of you gotta wade in the mud to get there. That's got a little bit of run there before I got in the grass. Not much, I'm in it now. And this is a big flat right here. Water should be about 6 foot deep right here on this flat where I'm standing. It should be over my head right here where I'm standing, or just about maybe 5 foot deep. But the problem is, of course, it's just real shallow out there. Just as far as I'm throwing is only a couple, 2 or 3 foot deep. And if it doesn't land just right in an open spot, I just have very little until the grass gets my blade, like it did then. Like it did then. Look at that. Look at that. I gotta tell you though, I'm enjoying it. I gotta tell you, I'm liking it. I'm liking it, even though they're almost impossible to get a good cast out there. If you ever get that bait to run a while good, you got a chance to catch a fish. Yeah. I don't know what I got over here. I'm getting a really bad cold. My throat's getting sore. I've been coughing. I've been sniffling. I'm getting a cold. It's not good to get a cold this time of the year. I guess it's not good to get a cold any time of the year, is it? Come to think of it. Way out there. Please, 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 please. Don't get in the grass. Don't get in the grass. Don't get in the grass. Get a bass. 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 Didn't get one. About got that log there. Yeah, I got a little bit of grass on it, not too bad. Most of that, no, after it got back here by the bank. It actually had a pretty fair run out there. No fish where it was, but had a fair chance to catch one. Just will jerk it back in here when you get there like that. I see one more little spot over there. I'm gonna make a move, try one more little spot. That's it.